It is Finance Week, and if you're still paying off last year's holiday debt, we've got you covered this morning. So here with some tips on how to tackle post-holiday debt quickly and effectively is financial expert and founder of the Budgetista, Tiffany Aliche. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Love when you're here. Okay,
right.
let's get into it.
Overspending the holidays. We're bound to do it, but how can we fix the damage?
Well, before you can fix damage, you have to know what is the damage, right?
Yes.
So
A lot of people, myself included, I like to ostrich myself. I put my head in the sand and I try not to look.
oh, you have to look, Kelly.
I know.
You're going to pull out that credit card statement, that buy now, pay later statement, which honestly is not my favorite, and you're going to see what exactly do you owe before we can start attacking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you pick when to pay down your debt, what to do?
So there are two core ways I really like to suggest to people to paying down their debt. There's the snowball method and there's the avalanche method. Very snow themed, you know, which is
Yeah, I like
perfect
it.
for time.
Winter.
Yes. So with the snowball method, this is really for people who have the financial personality like me, who needs a win now.
Right.
Right? Because you're going to prioritize paying off the debt with the lowest balance first.
Okay.
You know, and then you're going to minimize the rest of the debt, and then once that debt is paid off, whatever that payment that you made to that lowest debt, you're going to roll it over to the second lowest debt.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so, but if you're someone who's more linear and more logical, okay, Mark, right? This is where you're going to do the avalanche method. This is where you're going to focus on paying off the debt that's costing you the most amount of money.
The highest interest rate. Right.
And so you do that, and between those two, I like to mix and match, if you will.
Yeah.
I like to start with snowball and end with avalanche.
You're definitely an avalanche.
I'm an avalanche.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are like some budget adjustments people can make to pay off their debt?
Well, honestly, all of us spend things on things that are not essential. So I like to call this a noodle budget. You got to drop down and get your noodle on. Remember college? The ramen noodle days?
Right.
Okay.
This is when you just spend money on the things that are really, really essential. So you might want to cut some things out, like, do you really need to get your lashes done? You know, are there some grooming things you could get at home? I'm not looking at you, Kelly. I'm just saying.
I know that. Yes, I really need to get my lashes done.
So once you figure out what that budget is, that money that you're saving, I wanted you to put some of that money towards your debt, but also redirect some of that money toward actual savings. I like a high yield savings account so you can make money on the money that you're saving.
So what you're saying is I should stop shopping post-holiday sales.
There's a box.
Yeah,
The
just-
boxes, they need to
I know,
stop
but
coming.
the sales are good, and I'm shopping for next year.
They are really good, but the problem is that money spent is still money spent.
Thank you.
You know, and so you just want to slow down a little bit and ask yourself, what other things do you want to spend money on the rest of the year? Do you want to go on vacation?
Nothing.
Oh. Well, I see
If you two were married to each other, you would be quadrillionaires. I don't even know the amount of money you would have.
I know, because you're dressed in rags, so like, I hate to spend
All
money.
right.
No.
So what are some of the strategies people can use?
Well, some strategies that people can think about are like, one, if you're anything like me, I have all this holiday stuff left over. Like I had big plans for my Christmas tree. I was like, it's gonna be spectacular, but guess what? I didn't use those ornaments. They can go back. Maybe, yeah, so you want to reduce some holiday returns. Maybe you got extra Christmas gifts that you never gave away. Maybe you have duplicates. You don't have to re-gift, you can return.
Return?
Yes.
What
you
if
can
somebody
return.
gave you something you don't want?
Oh, then you really want to return.
Good. Not you.
No, he definitely is talking to me exactly.
No, I'm not. No. All right, more tips on how to tackle holiday debt when we come back. Stick around.
We're back with financial expert Tiffany Aliche, and she's sharing some practical tips on how to tackle holiday debt. All right, so what are some other strategies that people can use?
Well, I feel like a lot of people want to make more money, especially in the new year. So if you are side hustling, then make sure you decide how much of that side hustle money that you're going to freelance and make that you're going to put towards your debt. It's a great way to make a little extra money. at
Not
least
to
temporarily.
spend, but to go towards debt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also, too, it seems a little early, but tax season is coming quicker than you know.
It
Oh,
is.
it's
Yes.
minutes away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if you're getting a refund, decide now, before the money's in hand, how much money that you're going to set aside toward paying off debt.
How about negotiating with lenders the interest rate? Is that possible?
Yeah. And honestly, so everyone's grandmother has said the saying, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Right? So you want to ask for some sort of lowering of your interest rate. Now, your credit score does have to be kind of decent, but also consider something like a balance transfer card. That's when you take your higher balanced card and get it transferred to a card with 0% interest and for like a year or two.
You can do that?
No, you can.
Oh, wow.
But you do have to have decent credit in order to do that.
How do you do that?
So you call and you say, I see you have a card. Typically, there's a promotion.
Okay.
And if your credit score is typically in the 700s or more,
okay,
you know, they won't tell you oftentimes how much you can transfer. They're going to kind of ask you a bunch of questions. And if it applies, typically you're going to spend about 3% of whatever your balance is, but it's worth it if for the next year or two you don't have to pay interest on the debt that
That's
you owe.
brilliant.
That's how I paid off $35,000 of credit card debt in my 20s. Yes.
Wow.
Wow. How about insurance?
So yeah, you can talk down insurance. I'm doing that right now, actually. Also, to any sort of like a cell phone bill, you know, things like that. If you have a service provider, oftentimes they have promotions, and you can say, I'd like to take advantage of that promotion.
Yeah, just because I've been with you for 15 years doesn't mean I can't participate.
Exactly,
in
because
the new
ultimately they
promotion.
want your business.
Is there a way to track the progress? Like, what's the most efficient way to track your progress?
So if you're a tech person, which I am not, then apps are going to be your friend. Okay. Download right on your phone. You can get notifications. It makes it easy. I'm a spreadsheet girly. My dad was an accountant, so I grew up on spreadsheets.
Yes, right.
You know, or you can also just pen and paper it. Whatever you do, just track.
I like paper in front of me. I have a very hard time with apps. I prefer, like, I'm old school that way.
I love good spreadsheets. I was a pen paper girl, but spreadsheets, because my handwriting is not so great. So I can now, you know, with the spreadsheet, it kind of is like the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Tiffany, it's great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Great advice.
For more info like this, make sure to pick up a copy of Tiffany's book, Got Good with Money. Get good with money. Available next. We're going to open up that inbox.